Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is BecomeAPrime. I teach photography and graphic design on YouTube, and today I am going to teach you how to color balance photos. Now, basically, this is what you're going to do when you either take a photo wrong or when you do video and you want to take a frame out and just do like a little bit more with it. Generally, you usually don't have to do too much to really get what you want if you've taken the photo or video properly the first time. Some people, they will color correct their video and then they will take the thumbnail and they will do something a little bit else with it, and that is essentially what this is. When I'm doing this personally, I usually don't have to do this too often, and mostly that's because I set it on the camera the first time. And when I go in to do my raw processing, I will make very, very slight adjustments, but it's very unlikely that I have to do too much after raw processing. However, for this, we're going to go from this image, which we can clearly tell that we have very cold lighting. I will almost guess that right now our subject, which happens to be Andrew Kahn, he was just out here visiting me and also going to VidCon. It's very, very clear that he is in direct lighting. Now we can almost assume, because this is an airport, that there are not lights pointed at him, but in fact he is in front of a window. This then tells us that he probably is in a cloudy day because we're not seeing much harsh light, and that generally the camera exposure is just a little too high. So we are going to do a little bit of work on brightness, as well as get these overly blue tones and kind of put some of the reddish color back in his skin. So step one, we are going to do basically a little bit of brightness and contrast. So we're just going to go ahead, I'm going to pump this up just a little bit. And I'm going to bring the brightness down about -10. And I'm going to do a little bit of levels. And let's see, if I bring this, we're just going to brighten it. But that's not what we want. What we really want is to get some of the brightness out. So, I'm going to do a little bit like that. I think about there is where I like it. So now I can see before, after. So I mean, we've darkened the image a little bit, which is nice. Now see, we cannot fix these highlights over here. We don't have a raw image. We have basically a still from video. So we kind of have to work with that, and unfortunately, that's a bit of a downside. This is why if you're going to take a photo, in photography, I always recommend shoot raw. I actually, fun fact, I got to meet Jared Polin at VidCon, took a photo with him, but he has a shirt that says I shoot raw on it, and I actually do plan to get one of those for myself because I think every photographer should shoot raw. There's almost no reason whatsoever that you should ever be shooting JPEG, because you are losing data, you are losing options, and it's just going to make your work, take you a little bit longer, and sometimes it might even hinder your ability to fix things a little bit more. So now we have the brightness about as good as we're going to get it. As you can see here, I mean, we've got the brightness just about where we had it in the other photo. Now we are going to go and we're going to do some curve adjustments. Now we're going to do the blues first. Now see, if as I play around with this, you can see we can go from a very blue tone to a very green. So now, originally we have, if I show you here, we'll go ahead and undo that. We have a very blue image. So I want to just bring this to the greens a little bit. Oops. So go to the blue there. I just want to bring it to the green just a tad bit, not too much. right about there, I'm thinking. Now we're going to go to the greens. Let's see if we go this way. We got a very green image. I want to bring it a little bit towards the purple tones. And now we're doing that because, as you can see, it's bringing some of the redness back in his face. We're going to do just a very slight adjustment there. Then we're going to go to the reds. And as you can see, if we go this way, we're getting that color back in his face. Now, we don't want to have too much because, see, this is not what we want. We just want to bring it enough to where we can feel that the livelihood is back in the face. I think we have it right about there. And now, final adjustments. I'm just going to do a little bit of color balancing. So now, as you can see here, I can make adjustments here just to kind of make things go a little back and forth. So I'm going to do -3 there. I'm going to do about a +10 there. I'm going to do about a -10 there. So now, as you can see, we just got a little of that purple tone out and brought, we've kept the livelihood in the face, but we've just taken out some of the purplish and pink tones out of the image as much as possible. Now, there's a few more things you could do to this. You could do some vibrance work, which I don't necessarily suggest for this image. You could bump saturation, which I don't necessarily suggest. You could play around with your hue and saturation. Of course, one thing I would like to do is I would like to add a warming filter. I'm thinking, yeah, this one. I'm just going to bring this down to about 15%. You can see it kind of gives it that warm feel that I like to have. Now, personally, I like a very warm image. A lot of the photography I do, I usually make it very, very warm. It's very inviting, and to me, it's very appealing. So it's a style that I like to do. Now, of course, I could go in. We could get our healing. Just go ahead and zoom in on this. Now we could, of course, heal the image up. Fun fact, he actually got a bit of a cut in the head while playing King of the Hill. He did win, but the helmet kind of cut him in the head a little bit. So you guys will be seeing that in the vlog. And I'll put a link to the vlog in the description so you guys can just kind of see what goes on at VidCon. I mean, it was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun. I look very much forward to the next one. Anyway, here we have basically the finished image. This has been BecomeAPrime. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything you would like to see me cover on this channel, please do go ahead and leave me a comment or even send me a message. I very much appreciate your time, and I hope you all have a great day.